this computer.
Hello, Yanis. How are you?
I'm good, man. Nice to see you again. Another episode of the
Yes.
Winging It podcast. Yay.
Yeah.
What's on our agenda today?
Yeah. So today I want to call about what some people call the comparison trap. So basically, comparing yourself to others. And I think it's a thing that a lot of creators suffer from, because obviously there's a lot of people creating. I mean, actually not that many, but from when you start creating, you get embedded into this like bubble where everyone is creating and everyone is selling things, everyone is making money, everyone is growing, and it's super easy actually to fall into the trap of like this guy or this girl is doing way better than me or is growing way faster than me. So I thought it was like a cool topic to talk about, and just to share a little bit of our experience with that. And I can start by saying that I've suffered from this now way less than before. But while I was like super focused on growing my Twitter account, I remember that there was this guy, and he's actually like pretty huge right now. I won't say names just in case, but not because of anything, just because I don't want to put like anyone on the spot or whatever. But I remember that when he started, he was DMing me, like he had like 100 followers maybe, and maybe I had like 5,000, something like that. And he was like asking me tips, like, hey, I want to do this, that, just like normal kind of stuff. And then when I looked at his profile like 3 or 4 months later, he had like double the followers as me or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? This guy didn't know what to do like 2 months ago. Now he's like doing super well. And actually right now, if I look at his profile, he has like, I mean, I'm at 30K, something like that. He has 200, 100K, followers. So it's like, what happened there, man? So the thing is like, it's super easy for me to like when that happened, like when he surpassed me, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like I've been doing this for 6 months and I only have like 5,000 followers, and he has been doing the same for 2 months and he has already 10K, so it's super easy to fall into that, like what's wrong with me when it's not really like that, but like that, what's wrong with me or something like that. So I just want to hear what you think about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and I think a lot of people suffer with this, and definitely myself included. But I would say I'm kind of very light suffering, I would say, from it, because I definitely like every day probably I'll have this feeling like, oh, whatever, my thing flopped and this person's thing like went really cool. But I think I very quickly, with some self-talk, I can talk myself out of this bullshit, because just there are so much context to this. And what we take, we usually take just followers, numbers, likes, retweets, that's what we kind of take and see, but there's so much context missing. You don't know that person's goals, or maybe some other shit that they're like suffering. Maybe they're maybe you have much more in-depth like conversations with your audience, and his audience maybe is like very just shallow and numbers and virality, and just focusing only to get that number up. Because I think if you truly focus, okay, I want to get the number up regardless, a lot of tactics will come up that probably will be out of your values that you will not want to pursue, because like, fuck that, I don't want that higher number, because I will sacrifice my values because of some viral whatever things. I'm not saying virality is bad. Virality is awesome. Like, I want to go viral every single day. but
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah. So usually it's just about the context, I think. And there's
I was going to say that for me it's also about zooming out on your own journey and what you achieved, because obviously it's easy to compare with these people, but you, as you said, like, you don't know what they are going through, you don't know where they come from, you don't know everything, but you know where you come from and what you did. For example, for me, like 2 years ago, I was just fired, I didn't have a job or whatever, and if I look at what I'm doing now, like after these 2 years, obviously compared to other people it's like maybe nothing, but compared to, for me, it's crazy. So you need to like do this exercise of kind of zooming out on your own journey, and then realizing like, okay, maybe I'm not that bad, you know.
Yeah.
I'm actually, you know, I should actually compliment myself more instead of saying, you know, oh, you know, this guy's doing better job or whatever. So
Definitely, yeah. And I think another thing that comes to mind is, you know, it's instead of like, you know, you can put on your jealousy hat, you know, and just be jealous about this, about this thing. Then you can put on like this, whatever, gratitude hat, you know, which is like what you kind of explain now that you look at your own journey and like, oh, okay, like I actually grown a lot and this and that. And I think the next thing you can put like this growth hat or this like what the fuck hat on your head, you know, and go, okay, why this happens, you know, what is he doing differently, you know, what's going on there. Okay, he does this, so seems that he's consistently doing this and this really goes viral or whatever. And looks like he's like DMing like and spending like 6 hours a day, you know, on Twitter or whatever. So then I think that's another thing which we can do, and which we probably should do. That's, I think, that's one of the best things, you know, gratitude combined with this curiosity that's let's figure stuff out, you know. I'm learning things from you, you learning things from me, and that's like, I think most creators that we are in this like whatever Twitter bubble kind of do. That would be probably the most healthy option.
That's actually what I do, you know, like because, you know, I have this theme about like stealing things. Basically, it's just like a cool way to say I'm curious about it, but just like it sounds more brandable and it sounds cooler. And you know, that's the thing, you know, when I see someone doing so well, now I try to reframe it in my mind, like, okay, how is he or she doing it? You know, how are they doing this thing, and what can I take from what they are doing that I like and that aligns with what I do, and apply it to my own content or to my own business, and, you know, try to not copy, it's more like stealing, you know, because copying is just copying. Stealing is like getting inspired and applying it to what you do, right? So I think that mindset is the right mindset to approach this kind of stuff. So definitely.
Yeah, a part of like kind of my own experience, I was just opening up some blogs and just looking for some inspiration around. And I think one line which I'm reading here, and I think it's kind of true, and I've done this in some form or fashion, is kind of curate your feed, you know, because like if you feel shitty from your feed, you probably need to curate your feed, you know, curate your feed with people that kind of inspires you and so on, and just limit the stuff that you don't want to see. For example, this is a bit maybe out of context, but I think it is related to the jealousy factor. One thing which often comes up in the Explain Ideas Visually community is there are these not fake but not personal brand, all the mindset mastery accounts and all this stuff, which just takes basically person's visuals, slaps them whatever 10 visuals on motivation, you know, just adds their visuals crazy, in a thread, and at the end, you know, sometimes credits you, sometimes doesn't credit you, sometimes add their own like ebook and then add some more credits, you know, kind of most of the time very unethical, you know. Sometimes it's fine, and I'm not completely against it. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know, if you credit me properly, but just please don't use it for commercial use. That's a bit of an ass way to do it. And you know, a lot of people are upset about, and what I usually do though is if I see them, I don't get like crazy about it. I usually don't. Well, I've DM'd some of the times just like, hey man, like you're using it for like commercial use, it's not really fine. But most of the time I'm just muting those people, you know, because I don't want to see this. I don't care. I know it's happening. I cannot stop it. I don't care. Just I want to focus on my thing. So I'm just muting all of them whenever I see. And I think you can do similar things if you follow people that kind of pull you down. But I think there's a fine balance between, you know, muting everybody and kind of understanding, okay, I actually have a problem here, you know, I'm just focusing too much on the wrong stuff. I should put more this growth hat and like gratitude hat. That's another rant on this.
You definitely have like two choices. You can choose to see them as an inspiration and, you know, learn from what they are doing, or you can see them as a competition and just like feel down because they are doing better than you. And the reality is that the internet is so big, you know, that there is, I mean, I really believe this, that there is opportunity for all of us, you know, and way more opportunity than people ready to take the opportunity, you know. Even more, like if you're a creator, you are on the top 1% of every social platform. You know, this sounds like super growth coach kind of guru, but it's true. You know, I really believe that.
Nah,
So,
there
you
is
know, if
like
you're
I was
exactly
sorry
like,
for plugging in, but I was yesterday or 2 days ago. I was listening to the My First Million, and in that episode they mentioned that there was this lady, whatever, who sold farts in a jar and made like made like massive business from it. It's like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
whenever you
I
think
saw
there's
that. I saw that.
no niche for things, there's so much crazy.
Oh yeah,
Of course, you
there
know,
is
this is just this idea is so stupid that it's so awesome. You know, it was
there is
how they call it, dumb good ideas, good dumb ideas, or something like
there
that.
is this thread by Jacob Greenfield. I don't know if you know him, but he has like a thread
I've
of
heard.
like stupid ideas that make money, and he has like a running thread, and every time he finds a new one, like he
Oh,
posts it there.
oh, that's a
So
good
like
thread. That's a good thread.
I
Share
will
this
try to
thread with
find
me.
it to
Yeah, that's a
I'll
good
try to
thread.
find it to to you know to share it because it's super cool. Like okay, I think I found it. It's like running thread of examples that prove that money is truly everywhere. And he said like okay, look at this one. Like they are selling dog shit in a jar, you know. So it's like dog shit to grow
I
your
have
plants or whatever. So so they are literally selling dog shit, you know, something that I have to pick up and throw into the trash. There are people selling it, you know. So
yeah,
it's crazy, man.
I probably picked up $10 today.
Yeah. Oh, listen at this one. I'm a professional baby namer. You know, rich parents pay me. Rich parents pay me $10,000 to do it for them.
Oh
What
my
the
god,
fuck?
that is so good.
Okay, so
I'm
yeah,
a
too much,
I'm a
too much
I'm a
opportunity on the internet.
professional baby namer. Oh my god, that's cool. I'm so
Oh my
good.
god.
Yeah, I actually I have one more point, I think, to this not imposterish, but this jealousy type of thing. What was the episode's name? I forgot. How do we call this thing?
Comparison trap.
Yeah, comparison trap. Right. So I think another thing, which is what I've experienced and how but this I actually, yeah, I don't know where I adapted it, but I kind of adapted it, and it's really working for me. And that's like just remembering about like helping one person or something, you know. Just an example, when, you know, some of my posts flop, you know, I was like, oh, this is like doing 80% worse than my
Yeah.
average, you know, why this sucks, I should remove it, and I should like rephrase it, and you try it again, just to make it like really good. And that's always when I come back to this, okay, you know, there's actually some people who like DM'd me from this and said, oh man, that's like such a clever idea, never thought about it. And I really
Exactly.
try to go about that, because, and you can like, whatever, you know, that dude is this helping maybe 10,000 people or whatever, you know, you might feel jealous about that, or you can like, I'm actually making a difference here, you know, I'm helping like here, whatever, couple of people or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a good perspective framing that has helped me kind of to zoom
Yeah.
out from these crazy numbers and just focus about just do your own shit.
Yeah, it's a hard mindset to get into, but if you frame it like as long as it helps like one person, then it's worth like putting out there, you know. So because you never know who's reading, you never know who you are helping. And the
Well,
truth is like most of the social media users are silent, right? They never comment, they never like, but maybe you are helping them, but just that you don't know it. That's
yeah,
happening.
well, I would kind of I would argue a bit against about it, because it's so deep into my values. Because, you know, when you watched my course, you know, and I talked about this, you
Yeah.
know, respect your audience's attention. That's one of my
Well,
like
that's
things,
true.
you know. And on that, like, okay, I can help this one person, you know, but I maybe will suffer my like future compounding growth, you know, because so there is maybe some aspect from that. But it's crazy honest talk. Don't listen to me. It's there is some truth to it. I think it all boils down to context and kind of your values and blah blah blah, you know, because there is no right or wrong answer here. It's just very contextual.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, and all these like mindset things which we discussed in this episode, it's definitely not easy, you know. It's not like, yeah, I just talk to myself and I say like, yeah, but you did worse like last year. Well, I fucking don't care, you know, I'm gonna do better right now.
Yeah, I mean, we
felt
have
actually.
been doing this for almost like what 2 years and 1 year, 2 years, and it's still hard for us, you know. So I mean, it was way harder for me back then, but it's still like super hard for me, and I still suffer from it like today, some
Yeah,
days, you know.
definitely.
So
Because you know, there's I think when you start out and you start to get some progress, everything's awesome. You're like, oh my God, I
yeah,
didn't have none of this, and now I have something, and that feels amazing. And then you maybe hit a couple of viral things, you know, and oh shit, things go down, you know, why things are going down? Fuck, everything's burning. So it's
yeah.
harder when you have like something to lose and you've gained some progress. And like what how does it call that hedonic treadmill thing, you know, where you your baseline always raises, you know, the same as
Yeah.
like with your salary, you upgrade your lifestyle and your beliefs and mindset and everything, and when shit goes away, then you feel sad.
I read like a sentence about this the other day, and it was like you go up with the stairs, but you go down with the elevator. You know, like
That's a
it's
good
super
one.
hard to get there, but then it's super easy to like come down in the sense of like your mindset, but also like the numbers. You know, it's super hard to get out there, but then suddenly 1 month the algorithm says, like Twitter is doing right now, the algorithm says fuck you, then you get fucked. You know, so yeah, that's how it works.
Yep. Good episode. That's it.
Yeah.
You have something to add?
No, I think that's plenty. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's good. We were skeptical about this episode, but it turned out actually, I think, pretty good. Let us know what you think.
Yeah,
We are on Twitter and everywhere else, apart of TikTok. I'm actually thinking about going into TikTok.
What, really? Whoa.
Yeah,
We should discuss that in the next episode.
Nah, we can discuss it maybe when I'll actually do it and I have some experience. But I was kind of thinking,
Yeah.
you know, again, everybody's growing on TikTok, this the same shit. But I was thinking, you know,
comparison.
well, it's more like FOMO, you know. I'm thinking, am I like
Mm.
really missing out on TikTok? But what I really know, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. So I kind of thought what I could try to do, you know, I make my visuals, and I could just pick up my
animate them or something.
You need to run?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
No, just kind of, you know, maybe film the Figma file and just talk over it, you know. Okay, so I just drawn this concept, you know, it's about this and that, and just a short video kind of just showing my crappy illustration behind the scenes, you know, and just talking a bit over about it. I have no idea, zero expectations, but I thought that could actually be like 5 minutes on my end, and maybe, you know, it could go somewhere. So who knows? But that's what I plan to do.
Yeah, hopefully. Sounds good.
Okay, that's the episode. Cheers, everybody.
See ya.